What is up, guys? Welcome to Loveshack Entertainment, and today we are going to be bringing you a new deck profile video, and I do want to apologize in advance for the fact that it's been about a week since I got anything up. Just, it's been a hectic week getting some stuff ready for October. We got some cool Halloween stuff planned, so keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, it may be a little bit of a delay between videos, but, you know, nothing crazy. So, in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump right into this. A Nekroz deck profile. This is one that people have requested before. Obviously not the cheapest deck in the world, so it does take a little bit of time to get all the stuff together, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and feel free to tell us how bad it is or whatever in the comments below. So, we're going to get started here with triple Nekroz of Unicorn. This is a bit standard in the deck like this. For those of you unfamiliar with the card, basically you can discard it from the hand to add a Nekroz card from your graveyard to your hand, and while it's on the field, it acts as a skill drain for all monsters in the summon from the extra deck. So it can really shut down some Xyz, stuff like that. At the same time, not necessarily so great against Cliffforts, because then you make them all, you know, powerful and shit. So cool card though, definitely like the most important card in the deck. And then the only other three of would be Nekroz of Valkyris. This is the one that you can banish Nekroz from the grave, discard it to negate an attack and in the battle phase, and then when it's on the field, you can tribute up to 2 monsters from your hand or field to draw 2 cards. So it's like basically the power engine of the deck, and if you get really strong openings turn 1, you can set yourself up for some good pluses and get some good field position. 2 Nekroz of Brionix, so this is obviously at 2, which is the reason you play 2. Mainly use it, discard it, search a Nekroz from the deck, but it does have an effect if it's summoned that lets you target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck and shuffle them into the deck. So in the rare instance that you maybe bring it out, that is something that's cool to have. And then 2 Nekroz of Colossalus. This is the one that you discard to search a spell, a Nekroz spell. You don't summon it much, but I guess in a rare occasion you can if you need to. And then so we got Nekroz of Gungnir. This one is protection from battle or card effect destruction for a Nekroz monster. And while it's on the field, once per turn you can discard a Nekroz card to destroy 1 card on the field. So it's a pretty good card. It wasn't played for a while, but the deck took some hits, so certainly one of those things that kind of changes with time. 1 Nekroz of Trishula, so this really only played at 1 because it's pretty easy to loop with stuff, but it's clearly, I think, the best card of the deck, and it's literally Trishula. Like, you can banish 1 card from the graveyard, hand, and field of your opponent. Of course, it's all done at random for the hand, and it's just a really powerful card that can win games on its own if you can bring it out. And then the last Nekroz is Decisive Armor. This one is only really played as an out to Cliffort Towers, but unfortunately a lot of people happen to play that stuff, and we got a hard time with this deck getting over towers otherwise, so that's what this is used for. It's just a hand trap. And then for non-Nekroz monsters, triple Manju and triple Senju. I'm not going to even explain these. This should be relatively obvious what they do. They're obviously good for searching, but they can also be used to make rank 4s, like Daigusto Emerald and stuff that help you cycle your plays, so we'll go through that in just a second. And then 2 Performage Damage Juggler. This one you can discard to make battle damage from an attack 0, and then you can banish it from your graveyard to search a Performage monster. So that's where the triple hat trick comes in, and unfortunately, as much as I hate to say this, actually proxying the 3rd one currently, because just sold off all our bulk, and I didn't have a 3rd hat tricker left, and decided to bump it up to 3. So 3 hat tricker. This one basically just to make you rank 4s, especially early game, and it's searchable by damage juggler. So all in all, really good card to have at 3, especially because of how good Emerald is in recycling stuff with the deck. And then as far as the rest of it, there's 1 Exa. This one is let me see. This card is distributed by a card effect. Add 1 Dragon type Nekroz ritual monster protection hand. So this can basically search Decisive Armor. And of course, it also has an additional effect that says if it is banished, you can target one of your banished Nekroz monsters, except this card special summon that monster. So you can get back a Shuret maybe that was banished by Cycle, among other things, and it combos well with Valkyris. 1 Denko Sekka. So we're playing 1 in the main and 1 in the side. Now this is a bit weird of a choice, but it's more of like a personal preference kind of thing. I just find that the card is kind of cool to have, especially when you're putting some strong combos out, but it can also dead draw. So based on the matchup, either I'm siding this second one out, or I'm siding another one in. So that's basically how it goes with that. You might be better off just siding 2, depending on how you want to play it. And then 1 Shuret. This is basically the best card in the deck. Unfortunately, we only have 1 because it got hit by the list, unless you're playing ARG format where the list changes every couple of days, so I'm not really sure what it's at over there. And then 1 Great Sorcerer of the Nekroz. So this guy is treated by a card effect. You can search a spellcaster Nekroz ritual, which lets you get Unicorn, among other things. So that's that for the monster lineup, and then basically the deck is mostly monsters. 2 Rhoda, this is just to get your Shuret. It can also search Colossalus if you need to search a ritual spell, but you want to make sure you have this as quickly as possible to get Shuret. 2 MST, I can't play the deck without it. Some builds weren't, and I just hate cards like Vanities, Lose a Turn, etc. So I feel like this is a necessity, especially to get over those things. It's not worth waiting till the side game to have to be able to get those in. And then as far as ritual spells, 2 Cycle, 2 Mirror, 2 Kaleidoscope, pretty self-explanatory, all really good for what they do. And then 1 Regeki, because, you know, why not? Clears the field, sets you up for OTKs, etc. And 1 Preparation of Rites. That'd be another card that we would play at multiples if we could, but it's obviously limited as such. So for the extra deck, we're supposed to have a Diamond Crab in here, but currently don't have one. So just assume there is one in here for the sake of, you know, your own deck profile if you're trying to build it off of this at all. 1 Daigasto Emerald, which I could even understand bumping up to 2. I just think it's a really strong card. Star Eater. Level 11, basically just because of Kaleidoscope, so you can summon Gungnir and Unicorn, or, you know, in some weird way, Valk and Colossalus, I guess, if you wanted to. 2 Herald of the Arclight, that's for the Kaleidoscope as well. Quasar, because Kaleidoscope. Goyo Guardian, just a 6 for Brio, which again, you don't make much, but you never know. I mean, there are a few instances where maybe that's a play you want to go into. And then mostly just rank 4s, because the deck can put those out pretty easily. Direwolf, Shark, Cowboy, Rebellion, Castel, Abyss Dweller, really good against BA. And then also, there's supposed to be an Excitant in here that just isn't in here at the moment. And like I said, Diamond Crab. So that's basically that for the extra deck. It's relatively generic, but it's also really useful to have when you need it. And then for the side deck, which is definitely something I'm pretty comfortable with, 2 Royal Decree. You don't play any traps at all, so this is really strong, especially against decks like Cliff Forts and Burning Abyss, so it shuts them down pretty quick. 2 Mind Crush, another one that basically just, like, mirror match, it's strong, but against Cliff Forts it's also strong, and Cliff Forts I think are going to be your most difficult matchup with this, although Cosmo could certainly prove to be a little bit of a bitch to play against as well. 1 Dance Princess, this is just for the mirror match, so cards and effects cannot be activated in response to your Nekroz ritual summons. The other Denko, which I talked about already, 2 Artifact Lancia, so this stops stuff from, cards cannot be removed from play during the turn it's used. So basically, I don't know specifically what instances you'd want this, but against Infernoids, Cosmo, it's a good option to have. Triple Shared Ride for the mirror match more than anything else, a hell of a strong card. Basically is easy to plus off this in the mirror match, but also against Cliff Forts and stuff too, so it's definitely worth it to have it around. 2 Maxi, really good card right now. Some people may disagree, but those people are wrong. It's really strong, and I didn't mean to rhyme there. And then 2 Wavering Eyes, which is just for the Klee side, but I think Fairy Wind would be better. So if you have access to Fairy Winds, which we just don't at the moment, definitely recommend going that route, because I think it's going to be an overall stronger play that basically can be a little bit more live in the instance that your opponent maybe doesn't have pendulums out as well. So that is this deck profile. It's going to wrap it up, and like I said, apologies for the delay in videos. Been a bit of a break, but we do have some really cool stuff coming for you, especially some interesting Halloween themed things, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that, although not literally, and we will see you next time within the next couple of days, I hope, with another video right here at Loveshack Entertainment.